Hey folks, it's me again. I was kind of wondering whether or not I should share this, and then I decided, yeah, if you want to really know what it's like to be on this journey and on this process of losing weight, the ups and the downs are important to, admit to. So, I deal with some pretty severe depression. Anybody who knows me knows that might be an understatement. Um, that's not as bad these days because of my medication, but I been having a hard time this past week, especially. It's been kind of interesting because as soon as I start losing weight, it messes with my hormones. With women, we store estrogen in our fat. And I found this out the first round of weight loss when I made the first jump, the first couple of months. It really messed with my menstrual cycle, which I know, guys, you don't really care too much about, but it might be good to know if your loved ones are in this process as well. Um, but it has made me one hell of a cranky pain in the ass to deal with all week. But it's also made me really depressed. And, at first I was like, woohoo, I'm down another couple pounds last Saturday when I weighed in a couple days after my last major video, and I have jumped back to that. I'm trying not to panic because with women during our menstrual cycles, we fluctuate 5 pounds within a few days, back and forth, back and forth. And considering I'm, dealing with, first a delay in receiving my period from Mother Nature. I hate putting it that way. The whole, I've got it, I've received it, it flows here. No, I'm having this nightmare. Okay. And I I was delayed by a few days. And I have a condition known in most women as PMDD, but since I'm bipolar, it's PME, premenstrual exacerbation. For most women, it's premenstrual dysphoric dysfunction. And it's pretty much like your period on steroids and your PMS on steroids. It's really rough if anybody's had it. We're learning more and more about the condition finally. For a long time, people just thought that we were just, super bitches when we were on PMS, when we were dealing with that. But we're actually finding out that our bodies don't accept progesterone the correct way, and that's a major chemical that's released in our body when we're having our period. Well, leading up to our period, and then it alleviates some during the period, and then you're back to normal, and you're no longer a super bitch. If you're lucky. Last time I did this, I kind of just ran through the cycle differently and had back-to-back periods over a few weeks. 1 week on, 1 week off, 1 week on. And it can be a nightmare. It can be. And we don't talk about this. Like, we don't talk about, this hush hush thing. Like, as if though, women don't have periods. Yeah, we have them. And they suck. And we put up with them every month, for a good portion of our adult lives and, some of our teenage years. And it sucks. But when you lose weight, especially if you're as large as I am and have been, as soon as you start burning off some of that fat, it releases that estrogen and it can mess with your cycle. It doesn't mess with everybody's, but it can. And then again, if you're like me and you deal with PMDD/PME, or if you're just, a bitch on your period, then you know that, this is not fun. So I am not just, incredibly easily aggravated and frustrated, but I get overwhelmed very easily and I get really depressed. So it's been a rough week because on top of all of this, I've got grief. And I can't even eat at the moment. Like, if somebody gave me my favorite food right now, I'd be like, no, I've been crying for an hour and I'm just like, no, I don't ever want to eat again. And I'm trying not to beat myself up because, I'm at 340.3 when I got on the scale this morning. And I did forget until I got out of the shower, which is a no-no because this hair sucks up the water and, so there's maybe a pound worth of grace there, but that's pushing it. But it it's been bugging me. It's been bugging me. Even though I know that some of this is menstrual weight and that, I'll be better a week from now, even if I didn't change my diet at all. But I also know that I've done a little bit of grief eating. And so it's hard to differentiate. I also, made it for a couple of days too. But I don't know. Like, I'm kicking myself and trying really hard not to. And I think we've all done that. I was doing really good, and then, oh, I gotta put this in the app now. I don't even want to see what that's gonna be. And what was nice though is that I didn't blow it as much as I thought I had. There was already a natural inclination kicking in again of portion control to a much, better extent than it's been for a while. So I've been over by like just 200 to 300 calories, which let me tell you, a few months ago, if this was going on, I'd have like an Edwards pie sitting here, and I'm not even lying. I would just be forking it right out of the tin because sweet stuff helps. I had a friend lose her dog this morning, and I got the news this afternoon, and she's an amazing dog mom. I mean, she's a better dog mom than my mom was a mom, so she's amazing, and she's always been amazing to me. And I sat there and I was like, I want to go hug my dog. And then that layer of grief kicked in, and it made me think of my dad and how much my dad loves my dog. And I haven't really functioned well since today. I came home finally. We had just out of nowhere snow this afternoon, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting it yesterday when we got it. Wasn't expecting it today, but it's been shutting down streets here. It's not a lot of it. It's just since that I don't know what to do with snow. You would think we'd know it by now. But I finally made it home tonight at like 9 o'clock after doing all my errands. And I sat down to eat leftover Indian food from yesterday. And I was sitting there petting my dog and trying not to cry. And I just kept eating the Indian food and kept eating the Indian food. And now I'm sitting here like, oh, I'm getting ready for bed. I need to put this in my app. And I feel horrible. I feel horrible about how much I ate and what I did to myself in that moment. And, I learned a very valuable lesson. And this is the little thing that is a big thing. Put the food on the plate and put the rest away. It seems so simple, but when you're depressed and when you have that bad habit of, just, oh, there's still some in the can of Pringles, I'm going to keep eating it, or sitting down with a whole pint of ice cream, or in my case, a half-gallon of pineapple sherbet a few weeks ago. When you do that, there's no portion control, you let that safety net go, and absent-mindedness kicks in, and that enjoyment and the absent-mindedness together overrules common sense. So put the food on the plate and put the food away. If you want more, you can get it back out. If you truly want more, you can get it back out. but this prevents the absent-mindedness and the ease of it, and gives you just that moment to pause. And if there's anything I've learned the power of, it's a moment. Because I know I'd give anything for a moment back with my dad. Anything. Including all of the Indian food I ate tonight. So, tonight's little thing that's a big thing is putting the food on the plate, putting it away, and knowing when to take a moment. So tonight I'm going to put the food in my app, and then I'm going to take a moment to reflect on it, and then I'm going to let it go, because tomorrow is a new day. Good night.